Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Oriana Brueggemann. I am a mortgage broker based in Vernon in the beautiful Okanagan Valley, and I specialize in financing commercial real estate properties. Today I want to share with you one example about why it's so important to do some tax planning beforehand, of moving forward with the strategy of buying your next home. A couple of days ago I did a video around what is exactly qualifying income, and I did intensify regarding what is qualifying income for self-employees. In this example, we're working with a self-employee that is trying to plan their next steps in the home buying purchases, and this self-employee person has been working and doing his taxes as a self-employed for the last 2 years, which is great. Now we have the history that we need as a self-employment. Now, this person too, some years ago, did some investments with some stocks, and he's planning to sell these stocks. And is going to have a very big capital gain. It's a good problem to have. And then he reached out to his accountant to try to do some tax planning of what's the best to do to mitigate the amount of taxes he will have to pay for liquidating these stocks. The accountant has come up with a great idea, and because anyways this person's business is booming, the next step is to incorporate. So the main idea is that if he incorporates, he can decide after all how much salary he pays himself or not, and how much dividends he pays himself or not. If he decides to keep this 21 salary and dividends very low, he could potentially mitigate and reduce almost by half the capital gain taxes that he will have to pay in the proceeds or in the capital from the stocks being sold. So that's a great idea from a tax perspective. And I'm very happy he reached out to me to get my information from the mortgage financing perspective. And from the mortgage financing perspective, the moment when we are self-employed, we need 2 years of income. The financial institutions wants to see how our business is doing or how we're growing for the last 2 years. And the main thing they're looking for is consistency in the numbers. Now, if this person does incorporate, next year they're not going to do the taxes as a self-employment anymore. It's going to be as a corporation, and he's just going to receive a salary or dividends from this corporation. And if they do keep very low these dividends and this salary, at the end of the day, the qualification for the mortgage he's going to have is going to be based in those numbers. And he's going to have to wait those 2 years to build that story after having incorporated, or have a very good paper trail to be able to connect the dots that is exactly the same business. So the bottom line for this person, if they do incorporate today, they will have to postpone the home buying purpose for around 3 years, meaning these 2 years waiting to have this year, it's pretty much without paying himself an income in salary or dividends to be able to do the tax strategy, and then 2 more years having consistent those lines in the taxes. So pretty much his project is going to be delayed 3 years. If he doesn't incorporate right away, although I'm a big advocate of incorporating, and I have different videos around that topic, but if he waits before incorporating to buy with his taxes as a self-employee, regardless of having to pay the tax for the capital gain, at that point we have the consistency from the last 2 years. So there's no better or worse scenario, but the bottom line is that with the right information and tax planning, you can mix the 2 topics together. Yes, all of them are legal because you can be incorporated or you can work as a self-employee. But the bottom line is, for your main goal, where you want to go, you have to decide which one is more important or which one you want to delay or not. Do you want to delay selling those stocks and just buy your home and sell them once you are incorporated? Or do you want to delay incorporating and just doing your taxes as self-employee once again, having to pay those high taxes for that capital gain? So there's no good or bad scenario, but my message with this video is tax planning and working together with your accountant and your mortgage broker at the same time, so that this doesn't come as a surprise once you have executed one or the other strategy. I'm going to be doing another video with a different example and a different scenario for a client that unfortunately will have now to wait 2 years before he buys his home, so that you can understand deeper all these different self-employment scenarios. I hope you find that helpful. If you are in this situation or you know about someone who could benefit from this information, do not hesitate to connect us, and it will be my pleasure to plan together your next property financing strategy. Bye-bye.